All right, welcome back. Joining me is Fort Mitchell lawyer Rick Robinson, who's also a political columnist, political advisor, and the author of Sniper Bid. Rick, you have some events coming up. Tell us about where you're going to be out with the book.
Well, this weekend, if you're not doing anything on Saturday, there's a great event down at the Convention Center in Cincinnati. It's called Books by the Banks, which is Cincinnati's book festival, and there's a lot of great authors coming in from both in town and out of town. Great place to pick up some books and see some new authors that are out there. But the other thing is that our release party is open to the public, and it's going to be next Thursday night on November 6th, 2 days after the election. Right. The release party will be down at the Hofbrauhaus. Oh. $5 covers your first beer when you get in the door, and we'll have appetizers and everything else. Lots of books for sale. I hear Pat, they do serve beer down there, so you might even show up for that
right,
one.
Yes.
I understand.
Especially the Thursday night after the election, I'll be ready to unwind. So I'm calling Pam to come get me out from down there.
We will make sure that there are cabs available for anybody who needs to make their way home from the release party.
Yeah, that's great, Rick. I'm really proud of you and happy for you, buddy. Are you working on what's next? I know you're not going to just sit back and just write two.
Actually, I have 3 in the works right now. 3 different novels in the works. It's up to my publisher to decide which one she wants next. So,
are they all? You continue this?
Well, actually, 2 of them are political thrillers. One is a legal thriller.
Okay.
Tied into politics as well. All of them will have a political bend to them, but the other one involves just some of the interesting characters maybe that are in the bar around northern Kentucky.
Yeah, right. A lot of the bar can be used when you talk about lawyers.
Number of
Kentucky,
ways.
it can
Number
be
of
an
ways.
association or
ways.
many bars around town. All right, Rick, let's talk about your writing. Tell me about your political column.
Well, I went up to Boston a couple weeks ago and at a convention and had lunch with an old fraternity brother of mine from Eastern Kentucky University who is up there now, and he has started this publication called OneNewEngland.com. And when he found out what I was doing, and I hadn't seen the guy in 30 years, and when he found out what I was doing, I found out what he was doing. He said, "Why don't you see if you can throw together 1,000 words or 1,500 words, a couple weeks, and we'll see if it takes off, and we'll see if we like it." They love it, so I've now about every 10 days send a column up to OneNewEngland.com. So if you want to pick up, my first one was How Ted Williams Changed the World, about how Ted Williams got involved in the 1988 presidential primary for George H.W. Bush, and just wrote one yesterday about the folks of Dixville Notch, which is the first precinct to report in America. The 15 voters of Dixville Notch on election day at midnight will be reporting their results, and I wrote a little column about how the folks up there will be
But I'm laughing
reporting.
because what's your line about Barack Obama?
Well, the one thing I put in this column was that New England is going to vote for Barack Obama. There's nothing exciting. There's nothing happening there. Barack Obama, to lose New England, is going to have to be caught with a live woman or a dead woman or a live boy, and even then he'll probably win Vermont. So, that's right now. John McCain is a 25-1 long shot by the bookies and even in Vermont. So, there's nothing really exciting up there. So you have to look for things that are exciting in New England in the campaign right now.
What do you think about the campaign? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I actually did an interview with One New England a week ago, and as I said, I think it's over.
Yeah.
John McCain needs to go. In order for John McCain, if he's going to be rehearsing his comeback speech, which he has, my comment was, and the column is actually titled, "What Would Barry Goldwater Do?"
Yeah. Yep.
You talk about the original Maverick from Arizona.
Yeah.
That was Barry Goldwater,
Yep.
and it's time to go back to the Republican principles that Barry Goldwater set forth of limited government, less government spending, those types of issues, and getting government out of your life instead of into it.
Yep.
And that's really what McCain needs to put out there, is that he really, that's really what an old Arizona Maverick would do.
And you've been saying that. You've been using Goldwater as that example since I've known you. I mean, that's something you have a lot of passion about. Rick, do you think that McCain, if he would have run that way from the beginning, would have had a better shot?
Well, McCain has been the guy who was the plain talk express, and I think somewhere along the way they tried to force him into different situations, and he listened. And I think if he would have gone with that kind of a message and talked about limited government, talked about the things that would energize the base of the Republican Party. I mean, think about this. Sarah Palin, everybody's talking about was she good or bad for the ticket? She's been great for the ticket because she solidified the base. John McCain wasn't able to solidify the base as the nominee. It took Sarah Palin to come on to solidify the base. to be able to go out and talk about the issues that were important to John McCain.
All right. Tell us one more time where you're going to be the next couple of days with Sniper Bid.
Books by the Banks on Saturday, which is coming up this weekend. Convention Center down in Cincinnati. And then next Thursday we'll be at the Hofbrauhaus, and come down and Pat Crowley will buy your first beer for you.
Don't hold your breath on that one. Rick Robinson, congratulations, buddy. I'm just happy for you and proud of you.
Thank you very much,
We're going to take a break
Appreciate
and
it.
come back and wrap up Northern Kentucky Magazine on this Tuesday when we return to ICN 6.